Welcome back, folks, to the channel. In this video, we will take a closer look at the art of storytelling in business. Before we start off today, here is a quick joke for you. Why don't we tell secrets in a business? Because it's hard to keep a straight face when the profits are always in the know. A bit of humor there to kick things off. But let's dive straight into the meat of the matter. Storytelling, you see, isn't just for bedtime or campfires. It's a powerful tool in the realm of business, a secret weapon, if you will, that can engage customers, rally employees, and impress stakeholders. It's about more than just selling products or services. It's about crafting a narrative, a journey that resonates with people on a deeper level. It's about making your brand memorable, relatable, and meaningful. So if you're tired of crunching numbers and want to add a dash of creativity to your business strategy, you're in the right place. So if you're ready to trade spreadsheets for narratives, stick around and you might just become the next corporate Shakespeare. Remember how stories made bedtime the best part of your day? That's the charm we're aiming for in business. Picture this, a world where business meetings are as captivating as a riveting novel and pitches are as engaging as a blockbuster film. That's the power of storytelling in business. When you weave a tale, you create a connection. You're no longer just a faceless entity. You become a relatable character in a narrative. This relatability boosts engagement. People are more likely to listen, interact, and invest in a story they feel part of. But the magic doesn't stop there. Stories are also remarkably sticky. Ever wondered why you can remember tales from your childhood, but not what you had for lunch last Tuesday? That's because our brains are wired to remember stories. When your business tells a story, it imprints itself in the minds of your audience. In short, good storytelling makes your business unforgettable. A noteworthy instance to consider is the way Steve Jobs employed storytelling to introduce a range of Apple products. But how do you spin a tale that captivates your audience? Let's dive into the steps. Crafting a business narrative is akin to weaving a spell. It's about creating a story that resonates and sticks, one that paints a vivid picture of your brand's journey, ethos, and vision. So where do we start? First, we must understand our audience. These are the people who will be listening to our tale. What are their interests, their pain points, their dreams? What kind of language do they speak? And what kind of stories do they resonate with? Once we know them as well as we know ourselves, we can begin to craft a narrative that speaks directly to them. Secondly, we must define our message. This is the heart of our story, the beacon that guides our narrative. What is it that we want to say? What is our brand's mission, its vision, its values? These are the threads we will weave into our story, the ideas that will give it depth and meaning. Next, we have to choose the right medium. Stories can be told in many ways, through words, images, videos, and more. Each medium has its own strengths and weaknesses, its own unique way of engaging the senses and the mind. We must choose the one that best suits our message and our audience. Finally, we must remember that a powerful narrative is not just about telling, but also about showing. It's about creating a vivid, immersive world that our audience can step into. A world where our brand's values and vision come to life. It's about showing our audience not just who we are, but also who they could be if they joined us on our journey. Crafting a business narrative is an art. It requires creativity, empathy, and a deep understanding of both our brand and our audience. But when done right, it can be a powerful tool, a magic spell that captivates our audience and invites them on a journey they won't forget. Remember, your business narrative is your unique fingerprint in the market. Make it count. Now that we know what makes a good story, let's talk strategy. In the world of business storytelling, strategy is your secret weapon. It's what sets your narrative apart and guides your audience through the journey you've crafted. So, how do you go about creating an effective storytelling strategy? One powerful approach is to use data-driven narratives. We live in an age of information where data is abundant, but raw numbers can be overwhelming and, dare we say, a little bit boring. The trick is to transform this data into a compelling narrative. Share your company's growth, not just with percentages and pie charts, but with a story. Tell them about the challenges you faced, the solutions you found, and the victories you achieved. Data is much more than numbers. It's a narrative waiting to unfold. Another strategy is incorporating customer testimonials. These are real-life stories that showcase the impact of your product or service. They offer a human element, a touch of authenticity that no amount of corporate jargon can replicate. Remember, people relate to other people, not faceless businesses. So let your customers do the talking, and their stories will resonate with your audience. Finally, don't underestimate the power of social media platforms. They offer a wider reach than traditional media and are perfect for sharing your business narratives. Whether it's a behind-the-scenes look on Instagram, a thought leadership piece on LinkedIn, or a quick update on Twitter, social media allows you to connect with your audience on a more personal level. It's not just about broadcasting your story, it's about engaging with your audience and building a community around your brand. But remember, strategy isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. It's about experimenting, learning, and adapting. It's about finding what works for your business and your audience. So, keep testing, keep iterating, and keep telling your story. Your strategy is your roadmap to storytelling success. Make sure it's clear and compelling. Even the best storytellers can stumble. Here are some pitfalls to avoid. One common misstep is overcomplicating the narrative. When telling your business story, clarity is key. The audience should be able to follow along without getting lost in jargon or unnecessary details. Another mistake is not aligning your story with your brand identity. Your narrative should reflect your brand's values and mission. If your story and your brand don't match up, your audience may end up confused or even mistrustful. Now, the third error to steer clear of is failing to engage your audience. A good story isn't just informative, it's also entertaining and evocative. If your audience isn't captivated, they won't remember your story or the message behind it, so keep it simple, stay true to your brand, and make it engaging. Avoid these mistakes, and your business story will shine bright. We've spun quite a tale today, haven't we? Let's revisit the key points. We began by exploring the tremendous power of storytelling, the magic that turns ordinary business propositions into extraordinary experiences. We then delved into the art of crafting your business narrative, a process that requires keen insight, creativity, and an understanding of your audience's perspective. We also discussed various strategies and tactics that can help your story resonate with your audience. These included creating a strong, relatable protagonist, building tension and conflict, and incorporating a transformative resolution. Finally, we touched on some common storytelling mistakes to avoid, such as neglecting your audience's interests, overcomplicating your narrative, or failing to deliver a clear, compelling message. Remember, storytelling in business is not just about selling a product or service. It's about connecting with your audience on a deep emotional level. With these tips in your arsenal, you're ready to take the business world by storm, one story at a time. Thanks for watching. In our upcoming video, we will explore innovative marketing ideas on a budget. If this topic interests you, please stay tuned to our channel.